enormous patience today. The sort of mental strength that you provided please you as much as any of the technical aspects?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, true. I said after the headline before the game was "Be ready." The headline after the game is very mature. That's how it is. It's you see the game or you saw the game, and it's obviously a big challenge for everybody to stay calm and to stay in the situation, to stay concentrated, because each little situation can be a massive threat or counter-attack or whatever. And don't make any fouls, because Brighton is unbelievably strong around set pieces. So that's so we don't make harsh fouls, but if you make the little, I don't know, come a step too late. So this kind of concentration level is difficult to keep. The boys did it. First half, we had 4 or 5 situations, which is absolutely enough. Usually, if you score in a situation like that, when we came in the box, when we won the ball back, or when we pressed them and won the ball, that's good. And if you can score in a situation like that, all good. In the situations where we played around, that was okay as well. But the moment we chipped the ball, when we went for second ball, we had nobody for the second ball. So we had runners, but no guys for the second ball, because then sixes and centre halves were a bit too close together. We were a bit too wide. Everybody offered the run in behind, nobody in between. It was second half better. We did that then better. I really like. Meanwhile, half times we can really adjust a few things, and the boys react on that. Second half, won the ball back, nice little counter-attack, more shock, I think, and then more again in the box. Clear penalty, how I heard meanwhile, and then if we score, we finish it off in that situation, which is good. Yeah, and then keep calm again, stay calm, keep the ball, play around, try to create without taking any risk, because I think it was clear today is not a day for a massive result. So Brighton didn't change a lot because we were so dominant. It's not that Brighton opened up completely and said, so now from now on we try to attack everything and we can have a bit more space. So they defended like they defended, because they knew one mistake from us and they are back in the game. And not making mistakes is a difficult thing in football. It's actually impossible. But don't make decisive mistakes. That should be possible. And so we won it, and I'm absolutely happy about that.
What about it's those little moments that games when things can turn, and Salah, you're blessed with a number of players who can do that, and obviously Salah is one.
Yeah, it's brilliant situation. Brilliant. In the box, it makes sense for a striker to go in the dribbling in the box, because it's difficult for the defender to defend it clear. And the ball, he was in a brilliant position in that moment. If he can shoot, it's for sure a big chance as well. So that's cool, but Sadio had moments, Bobby always, and then in the moment when we speak about maturity and after the 1-0, but how they defend then. If you see it in their face, how Bobby's talking to everybody, brings Sadio in a position and all that, that's the massive thing. That's a massive difference, and that's really cool. And so the boys worked really hard and deserved these 3 points. How I think, absolutely.
Max? Jürgen, was the performance secondary today to the actual result?
I think no, it's good. It's okay, because I faced these questions in the beginning of the season pretty often. It was like when we started and we had results, and people didn't obviously or thought the difference between the City game last year in the Champions League or the Rome home game was too big, and that's absolutely okay. But we are not Roncalli, Circus Roncalli. We are not a Harlem Globetrotter, so we have to deliver results, and it's difficult enough, and for that we need to perform. And so the performance was good. It was not the best performance of the season in a few departments, but from a maturity point of view, I would say it was the most mature performance in the season. Because absolutely, it's so important. On the good days, everybody can win football games. On the average day, not a lot of teams can football games. On bad days, pretty much only a few can win football games. Today was not a bad day, but it was a difficult day for us. It was just a difficult game because, we have to say that, Brighton is doing really well. So we played a lot of times against a 4-5-1 system. But how they do it is different. That's really good. It's really difficult. You have a proper cross. Stevens in the center. Marcin and Lukadia do really well. Murray always a threat. If he gets the ball, he can keep it for the next 2 hours, and then they can push up and stuff like that. So fullback, center halves. That's really, really good. And it's difficult. It was clear before the game that it would be a bit difficult. So I'm really happy that the boys took the game like it is, and we're not waiting for that it clicks in the game somehow. And it's not clicking, then you get annoyed or a bit frustrated or whatever, and then the performance really drops. We had a constant level. We had a constant level, and in a very difficult game, and I'm fine with that.
And also about Fabinho, centre back, and he really didn't make it look like you were missing a centre back before.
No, Fabinho is a brilliant player, and I'm happy that he can play today. It was now pretty clear. So it was not that there came one attack after the other from Brighton. So we had the ball most of the time. So then, of course, it makes sense that you have a good football in that position. I think Brighton tried a little bit to bring the long balls in on Murray around him. That's what they did, by the way, against Joe Gomez in the home game as well. And but he did well in these situations and with the ball anyway. It's absolutely good. He has a defending brain and can do that in different positions. So it's good.
Last couple in the open, we'll go with these three here.
Jürgen, one of your former players, Matt Hummels, said today that Virgil's the best centre back in the world at this moment in time. Does he personify that growing maturity that you're talking about in the team?
Today's Saturday, right? Mats Hummels said today that Virgil. Who asked him that? Yeah. So, yeah, Virgil is a fantastic centre half. Mats, by the way, as well. It's nice when these big guys give compliments to each other. That's cool. Maybe let's see what Virgil is saying about him. No, it's good player in a good moment. Thank God he wears the right shirt.
We're going to last two. Don't want the front, then we'll finish with Louis.
There was some suggestion that there was a problem with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
It was.
Before the game. There was no sign of it during the match. What was the problem?
I don't know. Not yet. So it's last situation in the warming up. I think he stepped on the ball. I didn't see the situation. I only saw him going down. And immediately Trent on the ground. He's a hard boy, so that's not a good sign. And then Doc came and something with the ankle. Something when we went in, and he was pretty painful. He made the sprints, but I didn't like the way he did the sprints because when he slowed down, I thought it looks a bit like limping. So I told that looks not good. On the way in the dressing room, he told me, "Now pain is away, it's gone." Then Doc made a little, treatment, and then he said, "No, pain-wise it's good now. Should be okay." Made a strapping, go out. So I don't know exactly what it was, and I hope. It was absolutely nothing. It was not nothing. He had really pain, but I hope it will not take long. That he feels it not anymore.
Okay, last one before we do the Mondays, Louis.
Jürgen, I know it was only one defeat and one defeat to Manchester City, but how important was it to get back on track straight away?
Not because of Man City, to be honest. It's just important. It's like if you fall from the horse, is that right? And the best thing you can do, you go immediately back on it. Do you use that saying as well in England? Yeah, you have more horses anyway, like we probably stole it from you. So that's how it is, and it's cool. It's absolutely good and important. But we didn't make a big fuss of it. Not about the two defeats, to be honest. The thing is, especially the City game was an open game, and playing an open game against City, you cannot a week later only because you lose then against Wolverhampton when your manager makes 10 changes or whatever, then I start talking about losing football games or whatever. We never speak really about the games before. We concentrate on that game, and we knew that it's really difficult to take all 3 points here. So I'm completely happy with even with the way we did it, because I saw pretty early in the game that's the harsh one today. That's really tough that to come through. They do well, and they today as well, and then you have to score early. And to keep the momentum going, and that the scoring momentum we didn't have today. We had creating was okay, but finishing was not we were not at our best. All the rest defending and all that stuff was really good, and so we deserved the 3 points.